Hello, and welcome. This week was a little short because I had to go on a trip, so all I have recorded is me drawing a few different robots. This first one I didn't put the reference in until later. I was trying to decide what to do for his neck, since I wanted to take the reference and then change it slightly, so that I wasn't just fully copy drawing. There's advantages to copy drawing, but I just wanted to kind of change the design a little bit. I also did a little bit of the body here. I wanted to just make it a very simple, rounded edged, like rectangle. But I didn't go through and make the entire body. I mostly just did the parts I really wanted to. I thought about doing the arms, but I moved on. This is a character from Destiny 2. I like how Destiny does the... I forget what they're called. Oh, the Exos. Yeah. Their faces being made up of these different flat panels is pretty interesting. And then they usually have they usually have a hole along the side of their mouths where it just goes where there's like a glowing piece behind it. For this piece, I experimented and tried something new with shading. I think I mentioned it before, but shading in sketches is a little odd, or at least I don't know exactly how I want to do it yet. So I'm just kind of experimenting with different ways to do it. Oh, I liked the head on this robot, so I went and tried to take some pieces of it. It was a little hard to make out exactly which shapes were doing what, so I mean, it's not perfect, but I think I got the general concept. I moved on pretty quick from him though. I wanted to design my own character. I wanted to give a robot a little hat similar to a cowboy hat, since I thought that would be fun, look cool. I didn't want to make the full character, or at least I didn't as I was going into this. I might do it later. We'll see. So I did a quick little sketch and then I moved on to making this bigger one. Tried to make it from looking below the head at a slight angle. And using a little bit of the ideas from that initial small drawing. I wanted to have these like disc-like appendages around him, kind of reminiscent of like insects. These like mandible pieces. And then taking the skull plate from earlier. This is kind of fun, just taking like little design elements from some of the references that I found, and then just trying it out in a slightly different manner later. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe what I'll do later is go find some designs I like, or maybe even if I don't, particularly like them, at least they have interesting design elements, and then trying to copy draw them by eye, and then trying to copy draw them by eye, and then going in, and then after I tried to copy draw, remixing them into my own thing. Yeah, I think I like the sound of that better, because I was kind of trying to do that at the beginning here. Yeah, I like this sound of that. I'll try that out later. Oh yeah, for this this temple area of his head, I wasn't exactly sure what to do, and I had seen what are they called? So I had seen this kind of like mesh fabric in some other designs that people used. Kind of like reminds you of like insulation. And so I thought, okay, I'll just fill that with this, since I don't really have any good ideas for this. And I think it turned out alright. I think it's decently clear as to what it is. As to whether or not my folds make sense, I mean, we'll worry about that later. Then I just went in and added some more details. Yeah, adding this microphone to his ear. Then I went on to the hat. Okay, so now here's the part of it I don't like. Up till now, I was pretty happy with this little sketch of this robot, but I do not like how I did this hat. I'm not, like I was mentioning before, sure. I'm not exactly sure how to, shade these sketches. And the cross hatching I was trying just did not feel right with the way that I was doing it below. I'm guessing it was because below I wasn't really shading, I was just texturing, if that makes sense. And then with the hat, I was kind of trying to shade instead of texture. So I think that might be the issue. Maybe later I'll go back and try just texturing instead of shading with the hat and see if that makes it look better. But if you saw that like cross hatching I was doing before, I did not like how that was turning out, so I just went with this weird sketchy version instead. And I don't know, it turned out alright. Let me know what you think, which version you liked better. But yeah, like I mentioned before, this is pretty much all I had for this week. I'm going to be drawing a little bit more this next week, hopefully. Maybe I'll find some better ways to sketch some of these shading. But yeah, that's it from me. Have a good one. Peace.